Hi, welcome to the week 7 lecture. This week I would like to talk a little bit about work-life balance as an intervention. The millennial generation is now the largest generation according to the Pew Research Center. And so they're going to start having a stronger influence on organizations. Millennials also have if you think about this, each generation forms values based upon the conditions in their formative years. So they end up with different values. And the millennials, one of their strong values is work-life balance, and is stronger than previous generations. And as a result of that, as millennials, for example, start taking leadership positions and positions where they can influence organizations, I think we're going to see an increased focus on work-life balance. In 2014 Society for Human Resource Management survey, these were the types of workplace flexibility options that organizations were offering today. So compressed work week, 61% in the survey were doing this. Flex time during core hours, 61%. Flex time with no core hours, 53%. Phased retirement at 59%. Paid off time from the work to volunteer for community services. Telecommuting as needed, 55%. That one in particular, I'm seeing an increase here in that one. Full-time telecommuting, 53%, and a transition period of 55%. The survey also reported that managers were a key as an intermediary between employees and HR in telecommuting. I've been telecommuting for over 8 years for the majority of my work time, and it really has become a lifestyle, something that I enjoy doing. And I've noticed in the very beginning I was the only one in my subdivision doing this, and slowly there's been an increase, and I've seen an increase in telecommuting as needed with neighbors. And as a matter of fact, I now have one neighbor who is he's not, you wouldn't say full-time telecommuting, but the majority of his time is telecommuting. And so we're seeing a lot more to it. And improvements in technology, I think, are bringing this about. I know I had a friend in the early days, he was offered telecommuting, so he tried it, and his company invested by putting in a landline and computer and a cell phone. So there was some investment on the organization's part to permit him to telecommute, and he was at an executive level. And eventually he stopped doing it, and I asked him why, and he said that at that point in time he felt disadvantaged politically by being out of the office, and so he wanted to be in the office every day where he would be able to participate in the politics of the organization. I think that's changed as well today, that I think with a much larger number of people telecommuting, they can still be in the flow of the organization. And there's a 24/7 connection to the office, and that's both good and bad. So for example, it's good now that it supports telecommuting, but it also, in one survey, 55% of workers return from vacation to work, and they do not feel rejuvenated because they were connected the whole time they were off. Job enlargement has been a problem with that because there's so much to do. An Expedia.com survey reported over half of respondents reported working more than 40 hours per week. 2/3 reported said they reported in 1 to 2 times per week during vacation. There was, I think, 25% in the survey that said they check in 1 to 2 times per day while on time off. This has led to new interventions. A telecommuting company, Morgan, requires its employees to disconnect when they're out of the office so that they don't burn out. Quirky shuts down for 3 weeks per year. All employees are unplugged. The Boston Consulting Group guarantees at least one evening each week where employees are unplugged from emails. And same thing, they're just trying to manage that. So I think we're going to see telecommuting as a sustainable intervention because of technology. I mean, if you think about it today, people primarily, they need a laptop and a cell phone, and they're in business. In some cases, they don't even need the laptop. I know I have one neighbor telecommutes. He does everything off his cell phone, print, read documents. So he can literally travel, be anywhere, and he's connected through his cell phone. I know I have a hotspot on my cell phone. When I travel, I have my cell phone and my laptop. So when my wife and I take a trip, she can drive. I can literally be online in the car, and so I can connect anywhere. When I think about the early days of online teaching, we used to have to use dial-in numbers to get a internet service, and I'd literally have to plan ahead of time on where to stay, and based on dial-up numbers. I mean, it took work on my part in order to stay connected, and then today it's just the opposite. You've got a hotspot in the car, a hotspot on the phone. I can connect anywhere. Technology will continue to advance. For example, there's there's free conference calls services today, as well as free video services. And so these mobile devices are also becoming more sophisticated, where people can literally do anything from their mobile device. So, excuse me, I think work-family balance is going to be an area of concern for psychologists and helping organizations work out interventions related to telecommuting and related to keeping employees motivated and feeling refreshed at work. I've got the once again I have the references listed here. You see, and they'll be in the transcript that I put online. Thank you.